Hi guys, just another reminder that this fanfic uses I instead of you, so let's get into the video. We ran out of milk at home, so I decided to head to the store. My hair was tied up in a high ponytail with small pieces falling down. I slipped on my black coat and my black boots, which gave me a little height, and went about halfway between my knee and ankle. Then headed downtown. My hands stayed in my pockets during the walk, which was a little cold. Seriously, it was the start of September and it was already cold. Weather said tomorrow was going to be freezing as well. All the news and predictions have started to get 100% on target since quirks have been introduced. The world's best weatherman lived in America, near that state that looks like a fucking mitten, and has the fresh waters. I stepped into the store, giving a wave to the shop owner, and walked over to the freezer aisle to get some milk. Are you Katsuki Bakugou? Wow, you're so brave. I turned around, looking at the squealing voice. A girl stood with a bright gleam in her eyes as she backed the ash blonde who wore a school uniform into a shelf. Katsuki Bakugou, student 17 of Class 1A. At the time of looking at his file, I knew he sounded familiar, but I couldn't name it. Now, I could. A day before the entrance exams, he was attacked by a villain. Some quirkless kid tried to save him, and then All Might sprung into action. Fuck off, lady, he retorted, pushing her off to the side. I laughed out a little loud, not expecting the kid to be so rude and blunt. With that attitude, this explosive, hot idiot is thinking he can become a pro hero? As if. What the hell are you laughing at? I froze when he looked at me. His hands were dug deep in his pockets, with his chin, pointed up as he glared at me with his red eyes. They seemed to glow. I can get my eyes to glow like that too, I smirked, enabling my quirk and glitching behind him to cockily lean my arm on his shoulder. See? Attack to gut. Attack to gut. I went in front of him to dodge his attack, to which he backed up slightly and crossed my arms. Just so I could see if they were still glowing. I pulled out my phone and looked at myself through the dark screen. Sure enough, my eyes glowed a bright orange, until slowly they started to fade back to their original eye colour. He clicked his tongue. Whatever. Fuck off. He started to make his way down the aisle. You know, with that attitude, you might not make it far in the course at UA, in the hero course at UA. He turned and glared at me, to which I laughed. His face just had this funny expression. What? Don't like the facts, Katsuki? Don't call me that, stalker. Not a stalker. You've been gaining popularity since the whole villain attack. How'd you know I was going to UA then? That, I began to say as I put my hands behind my back and leaned forward with a smirk. I might have known that from a little stalking. I might have known that from a little stalking. I held up a finger to cut him off, but I call that information gathering. Explosion to face. Harsh. No, Katsuki, I don't think you should hit me with an explosion right now, because that is what you're thinking, no? Grab through. Who the hell, you little twerp? Before he could charge at me and potentially grip me by the collar, slam me into the aisle, and question me any further, I teleported near the milk and grabbed a carton out of the fridge. "Katsuki," I said as I closed the door and looked at him. Quickly, he looked back, and I could see the glow from his eyes hit against the milk jug. "You have a lot to learn, my friend." Hi guys, Floravoid here. I know this part is very short, but I will be posting 2 parts today, saying that the video is very short. Anyways, thank you for listening. Floravoid out. Sorry for the very long ending music. Anyway, thank you for listening.